सर, आंखों से दूर सही दिल से कहाँ जाएंगे। कृष्ण मुरारी सर, आप बहुत याद आएंगे। कृष्ण मुरारी सर, you are a pure Allahabadi, and Allahabad city is famous for the Sangam and the Allahabad High Court, where you have practiced as an advocate and served as a judge. The Allahabad High Court has a history of raising many big names in legal fraternity, and you are one of them. Also tell you about friendship of 3 lawyers who were elevated to the Allahabad High Court and later got elevated to the Honorable Supreme Court of India and established an example of friendship. The friendship of 3 judges, Justice Krishna Murari, Justice Bikram Nath, Justice Bineet Saran. This friendship for trio was very famous in Allahabad High Court. आप तीनों की जोड़ी, आप तीनों की तीड़ी has proved itself and served the nation as successful judges, delivering justice to the nation.
Namaskar. As I bid heartfelt farewell to this great institution of which I have been a part for almost 4 decades, I wouldn't say that my tenure has come a phase so cherished by service to this esteemed institution and by the treasured memories of all these years that it feels heavy to say goodbye to this place and to all of you from whom I have received so much love and affection. But since all temporal things in the world will have to come to an end, so has my tenure. After a tenure of little short of 4 years in this great institution, in this august court, 15 years in my parent High Court, that is Allahabad High Court, and then as a Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court, and prior to that, 23 years at the bar at Allahabad. Today, when I look back, it seems as if it were yesterday I had taken oath as a judge of this court, and that time to bid goodbye has arrived so early. Although everyone knows the date of his retirement on the very day of his appointment, but then an Urdu couplet would reflect my feelings better. कदम उठे भी नहीं और सफ़र तमाम हुआ, गज़ब है राह का इतना भी मुस्तकर होना. Late Mr. Gyani Nath Verma, who was fondly called in my parent High Court as Verma Sahib. It was he on whose advice I took up the study of law. Verma Sahib was a very interesting person. As Brother Ashok Bhushan would endorse, he was a successful lawyer and had enjoyed great respect by the members of the bar and society. Despite having all the resources, however, while he also truly enjoying his life to the fullest, he had an incredible passion to serve those in need. I remember he would never refuse a brief from the marginalized sections of the society and would decline to appear in matters worth lots of money if it came in the way of fighting for a cause. While Verma Sahib's lifestyle and the respect enjoyed by him in the society did play a role in my taking up law, what further inspired me most was the idea that my daily job would help touch the lives of so many. During my law college days, I would sit with the office clerk in the Verma Sahib's office and would correct his drafts. While the correction were only grammatical, by virtue of reading his draft daily, however, I was able to learn and know more about drafting better than those who focused only on the college. Even after my law graduation, I worked in his chambers as a junior for some years before setting up my independent practice. I learned a lot from him and owe my success in this profession to him and him only. I have always tried to emulate his values in my life and my work, although I do not know if I have been able to successfully do so or not. Of the days when I was a young lawyer, one of the great judges of this country, late Justice R.M. Sahai, who also adorned the bench of this court, during casual conversation once told me that when a lawyer stands to argue his case before a judge, he is like a bloated balloon, full of conviction and belief in his case. Now what happens if you prick a bloated balloon? It blasts, making a lot of noise. However, if you just loosen the nozzle, the air blows out and it settles down quietly. He actually meant to convey the message to me that just allow the lawyer to argue for a short while and all the air blows out and he settles quietly. However, stopping him would amount to pricking a bloated balloon and cause an explosion with a lot of noise. I remembered this even after my elevation, and probably this could be the reason why throughout my career as a judge, spanning for almost 19.5 years, I never had any tiff with even the most persuasive and toughest of the lawyers, even at the Allahabad High Court and even in this court or at Chandigarh. Another incident occurred recently, a glimpse of which was given by my Lord Honorable the Chief Justice about the Constitution bench, which goes on to show that learning is a lifelong process. When I was made to sit in the Constitution bench, headed by Honorable the Chief Justice, on the very first day, he all of a sudden made an announcement at the beginning of the hearing that this court would be a paperless court, a green bench, with all the files uploaded on iPad. Sitting next to him, I whispered in his ears that I don't know anything about the computer operation, and how would I be of any assistance to you? He shot back, I'll make you learn. You just sit down, keep sitting. And of course, that day the procedure was set, nothing material happened. Then he sent the members of the registry, the experts, who for 2 days gave me some training. The bench assembled quite a few days thereafter. By that time, I had forgotten what they had taught me. So the first day was very embarrassing. The entire file was uploaded before me, the iPad was before me, and I was not able to operate it. Then Brother Nasima came to my rescue, who was sitting next to me. He probably guessed or judged my difficulty, and he tilted his iPad towards me. And first day I could do nothing except trying to read from his iPad. But it was very embarrassing for me. That very evening, I called all my law clerks and asked them to guide me to how to use the iPad. And I made them do it unless I was confident that I can do it. 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. But then, yes, thereafter, I don't say that I have become an expert, but I could carry on with both the Constitution benches. Even though my sons and daughter-in-law still tell me that I haven't learned anything about operating the computers, but I have the confidence that whatever I learned today, during those days, and I was able to navigate through the digital file with some ease, I'll be able to do it to that extent in future also. I really thank Honorable Mr. Justice, my Chief Justice, Honorable Mr. Justice Chanchud, for giving me this opportunity and making me learn the computer operation, without which probably it is difficult to work these days. Now, something I would say to the younger members of the bar, who may be finding this funny because they are so apt to the technology, but I challenge them to physically navigate through thousands of pages while trying to convince the judge the old-fashioned way we did. You will find it very, very difficult.